Tracy Spinner, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very, very
Uh,
well.
Very good. That's what I want to hear. So, talk to me, Tracy. Just before I forget, thank you for being active in the community because we're trying to. That's what you can see what we're trying to do with the community. We're trying to create a community that it's not independent of all this nonsense mainstream stuff. That when you wake up, you want to share
Yeah.
the 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 feeling. You want to wake everybody else up, don't you?
Yeah, no, you want to share how good you feel, how happy you
Yes.
feel and all of the positive messages. And that was something that really hit me when my lovely mate Karen sort of hooked me in. She was like, there's nothing negative there. Everybody just wants everyone else to do really, really
It's
well.
mad, isn't it?
And it's such a lovely feeling, particularly in the world we're in nowadays.
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
nice just to have people saying, "Oh, yeah, get back on your feet, off you go. You're going to do fine." And yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
I think you see, I changed my diet completely and I realized how positive I felt. I just like your outlook on life changed. And this is like 2022. I decided I'm just going to change. I'm a bodybuilder. I came from the bodybuilding background. Everything I learned about nutrition, I had to unlearn all of it. And then you
Mm,
realize that I actually knew this in the late 80s, in the mid 80s, in the early 80s when I started bodybuilding. It was all about keeping your insulin levels down throughout the day. And even the carbohydrates, we see a lot of fats. And then protein, high protein and fats, 4 meals. And the carbohydrates, you only eat it like we encourage to eat like black rice or wild rice or like the fibrous carbohydrates because you
yeah.
still keep the insulin level down. And all of a sudden, everything changed. And then I had to unlearn everything, 6 meals a day, because that works. Nobody questions it. But now I've unlearned everything. As soon as I woke up, I'm like, I gotta wake everybody up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I've come a kind of weird journey onto it because
how did you join us? How did you join us?
well, so giving a bit of my background, my I come from an Italian family and my mum was a Montessori teacher, so we were very much.
So was my wife.
Yeah, you get taught more along the lines of you kind of eat to live, you don't live to eat.
That's it.
And I had this beautiful Mediterranean diet. I had never ever had any weight issues. If anything, I was always the person that was getting pulled up for being so skinny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was very athletic, very, very fit.
You still do swimming, don't you?
I'm rubbish at swimming. I kind of float creatively if the water is Mediterranean, but other than that, you ain't going to get me in a pool. But my daughter is a phenomenal 6'1" Amazonian who
Oh,
is
amazing.
just stunning and an amazing swimmer. And I kind of went into that community. It's my family and having two children that go away on travels all over the place. For me, it was just really lovely having this family that stayed at home and that I could stay stimulated by.
Yeah.
But my own childhood, I was always fit and healthy and doing everything. But then mid 50s, I hit menopause and the weight started landing, and it was very confusing for me. And I had no kind of forewarning about perimenopause. My mum passed away 20 years ago, so I didn't
Didn't have any, yeah, yeah,
didn't have a great deal from her, although I recognize now a lot of the signs and symptoms.
yeah.
Um, then we had COVID and my weight crept up some more. And I remember sort of looking around one day and realizing I hadn't even been out the house for 3 months. And it
Wow.
was, it
COVID
was
was a different level, wasn't it?
yeah, it really hit. And then after that kind of lockdown, I had both the kids home because their universities shut.
Yeah.
And my son convinced me to get Scooby Doo, my
Yeah,
constant
yeah,
companion
yeah,
who sat next to me.
yeah.
And I started going out more and walking around more, but I was always shattered and I put on this weight. And all of a sudden, this woman with the metabolism that was unstoppable
Yeah.
couldn't shift it. It wasn't going anywhere. It was going to
Things
sit
change when
there.
you get older, don't they?
Yeah, and I really struggle with that, and I've been struggling, ever since. And I'm 62 this year, and for me it
When are
was
you 62?
huh?
When are you 62?
On the 19th of this month.
No, no, okay. I thought it was gonna be 19th of November. I'll be 62 in the 19th. Well, my birthday is the 19th of November. 62.
But
So
the big year.
you're born in 64.
I was born in 63.
63. Yeah, yeah, okay. 63.
Yeah, and yeah, for me, it's I don't care too much about age. For me,
No,
my
it's
skin's always
a
been
number, isn't it? Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah,
My
yeah,
hair, it's always been luscious. So I've never had any kind of aging problems
yeah.
apart from putting on this weight. And yeah, when
Try anything else? Yeah.
I tried a bit of keto, but I got bored with it. And I think for me, if I don't have enough encouragement or community, I think that's where I go a bit pear-shaped. If you're on your own doing something, it gets very hard work.
I understand. Yes.
So I'd do keto for a few months, I'd lose a bit of weight, and then I'd put it all back on again.
Yeah.
And I also got a late diagnosis of ADHD, and one of the things I noticed with the ADHD is I'm constantly trying to seek that dopamine, and that dopamine will come in sugary
Different forms. Yeah.
snacks.
Anyway, I know.
It'll come in glasses of wine. You're craving it,
Yeah, yeah,
or I end up doing 400 things and trying to exhaust myself
yeah.
from that perspective. And yeah, I retired early, so after my dad passed, I found that I had sufficient funds to tick along
Retire.
and
Yeah,
not deal with the stress of work.
yeah.
I still probably spend a good 40 hours a week working with the swimming club, organizing galas and
Okay,
doing admin and
okay.
all of that stuff. But that's not work, that's fun.
Yeah, that's
Um,
why I look at it. Yeah. If you enjoy
but the weight was creeping on. I was going for dog walks and I was always tired because my knees were hurting, my hips were hurting. And then I went on a walk with Karen last month, and she was all sort of bouncy and full of energy, which wasn't her normal.
Karen is this.
Karen Wright.
Okay, okay, in the community, yeah,
Yeah. And she was telling me all about it. And I was like, I've seen you on Instagram. And that's why
yeah,
I'd already thought, I've been reading up about the hyper processed food and how we're damaging the way we eat.
yes,
And
yeah,
I love fresh, I grow lots of my own vegetables and things. And to listen to some of the stuff that you were saying, it had already made me, before I joined, I was reading a lot more of the ingredient labels and the
yes,
labels, and
yeah.
just phenomenal how much crap is snuck into things.
I know. I mean, some people think because it's not a lot of it, but if you're having it every day, it
It
accumulates.
builds up, doesn't it? It
Of course,
builds
yeah,
up. And yeah, Karen just looks so bouncy and healthy. I almost feel like I'm a cheat on this because I'm not obese. I don't have pre-diabetic problems. I'm not on statins. I don't have high blood pressure. I have none of that.
you know, on many medication.
I'm not on medication.
Same
I
here. I
I
know.
am just somebody who I really, really enjoy my life at the moment, and
Yeah,
I wanted to enjoy it more.
yeah.
And this has helped me,
Looking you up.
it's just I'm I keep posting about Knickergate, but I love Knickergate. I love the fact that my undies keep falling down. I think it is
So
so
it's
much more
true.
important than me getting on the scales
Yeah,
and
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
another
yeah,
2 kilos.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's just that feeling of, us women are always talking about how much more comfortable our bras are.
Yeah.
And it's all those little things because there's part of me that was always like, oh, I'll die young and beautiful. Well, that's gone. I want to live to be outrageous. And I can't do that.
Absolutely. Why can you can.
I can't do it if I'm getting
Yeah.
fat and
Yeah.
getting,
And you
and
get
you
joint
don't
pain.
live if you
Yeah.
spend all your time sort of slouched.
Tired and yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with the journey I'm on. I'm really, really happy with the fact that
So how are your joints? Sorry to interrupt. How are your joints? How are you feeling?
my joints, like I've got a reconstructed shoulder that's
Yeah.
stopped aching. I do have a little bit of ache in one of my hips,
Yeah.
but
It's
I've
a
still
process.
got,
Keep healing yourself.
yeah,
The longer you
I've
repair
still
your
got more of the journey to go.
yes,
And
the longer you repair your it's about repairing your mitochondria.
yeah,
That's basically what it is. And the longer you eat like this, like I'm doing stuff that I've not been able to do for 30 years.
yeah,
Like we run, I can run now. Stuff I couldn't do before because all these ailments in my knee, elbows, because of what I was eating. Now, I just want everybody to realize that, especially when you get to our age, now you don't have to be on medication. You don't
yeah.
have to be, the doctor's like, I get letters in the post, or you need to, do you want a flu jab? I'm like, oh, fuck off. I've never had, you know what I mean? I don't get it. You want a flu
Yeah,
jab? I'm like, well, why would you want a flu jab? Then they send me this thing. Can you, um, I'm not interested because I know that I look after myself.
yeah.
I know what I eat. I know how I feel. I know how my body's,
Well,
but
that's part of the thing I'm really enjoying because um I love cruciferous vegetables anyway.
yeah, yeah.
I genuinely,
There's so many of them.
if you were to tell me what's your favorite veg, I'd be going for broccoli because I love my broccoli.
Mine are sprouts and asparagus.
Yeah. And you just think you almost feel guilty that that's your favorite. The meat, I was pushed into a position where I was starting to feel guilty because I still love red meat.
Yeah, well,
Now I
never felt,
thrive on red meat and I
I never
love
felt
the
guilty
fact
about
that
it.
I can eat chicken skin,
Yeah,
I love chicken skin. So going and being in a position where I can eat the things I genuinely love and coming from a sort of Roman Italian background where Romans are the sort of group of Italians who are best renowned for eating every single part
everything.
of.
Yeah, I know.
You get a dead deer, you will eat every
Every bit
single
of
bit
it.
of
Yeah.
that deer. And I remember a friend of mine shot a deer in his back garden, and my mum got so upset that he didn't think first of all to give her the head.
Yeah.
And he was like, why would I give her the head? Oh, because it's got the brains and it's got, all of these things that she can make the best bone broth from and but to him it was just completely alien.
Yeah, I know, I know. But
But yeah, I just found it's a diet that allows me to thrive.
this is not what I always say is that this is not a diet.
No, it isn't. It's a lifestyle.
I believe this is how we're supposed to live. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. Now we find out that actually 60 is middle age.
Yeah.
Human beings can live up to 120 comfortably before everything like goes downstairs and
Yeah.
but we can live 60 should be middle age. But unfortunately, because of what we've been, as soon as human beings settled and we started growing our own crops and stop moving, that's when it became sedentary. A lot of us are very sedentary. So please don't stop being active. Don't stop being active in the community. Don't stop being active outside. If you can exercise, that's good, especially train your legs. When you're going to get to our age, you need a leg. Like if you're going up the stairs, take 2 steps at a time.
Yeah.
Like
I tend to do that anyways.
no, do you know what I mean? I do that
I've
all the
got
time.
long legs, so it's a natural habit. But
Absolutely, just do it. Just 2 steps. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9". Cool.
Uh,
We got another person in a minute. So have you got any questions for me, Tracy?
Not at the moment. I guess for me, it's just I'm really happy with the pace that I'm losing weight.
Good.
I'm not in a hurry. I don't
But
want
how do you feel mentally and physically?
mentally, I am so much more with it.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, Something that I'm really, really enjoying. And I'm getting so much more done, which is quite scary because I'm a bit of a hyperactive person anyway.
Well, you can. I've got ADHD too, so you know that I know
Yeah,
exactly where you're coming from.
it's just one of those things where once you get, I was up until 2 o'clock last night because I was
Yeah,
in the zone, but you know,
I'm the same.
yeah,
Sometimes I'll send Lauren Senior. Sometimes I'll send her a text. Well, when you send me a text 2 in the morning, I'm like, my brain wouldn't shut.
my brain was
I
switched on
know.
then and deal with it. So yeah, I'm loving it. I will go at my own pace, damn it.
Yes, yes,
But I am convinced that this community is probably going to be part of my life for quite a long time because
absolutely.
this is the lifestyle and just watching people, it's a bit like my swimming club. I watch new people come in and then you see them leave
Blossoming,
and
yes,
they're
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
25 years old and they've been swimming nationally and it makes you feel so good. And
yes.
I'm getting that
Rewarding,
same
isn't it?
kind of feeling when people
Yeah.
start this journey. So
Please don't stop being active in the community. It's helping. So thank you so much. Okay.
no worries. No worries. And thank you. Thanks
This
for,
is Lauren. Lauren's gonna log you off.
yeah.
Hi, are you okay?
Yeah. No, thanks, guys. And I'm really enjoying it. So,
Tracy, nice to meet you. Yeah. Please don't stop. Thank you so much.
no worries.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.